Good morning and welcome to Thursday, my friends. I hope your week is going well. I know Mercury retrograde continues to be a challenge and a bear. However, we're a week away from it being back into direct. So we're almost done. Yay! Breathe. We've got this. To help you out with, getting it, I guess, a little bit more fuller and getting things kind of more centered in our brain. We're going to be checking in with the angels to see what they want to share with us as we deal with the continued ongoing frustrations, the energetical push and pull, and Mercury retrograde. For this reading, I'm going to be using, of course, the Angel Tarot. I love the Major Arcana and the Court cards. They're beautiful. And then on top of that, I'm going to be combining it with the Healing with the Angels Oracle. And this is the Archangel Oracle from Diane Cooper. Now, like always, listed below are links to all these decks. So should you be interested, you can go check them out for yourselves. All right, let's get into this. What insight, information, and guidance do the angels want to share with my friends right now? All right, put this to the side. Okay, I'm going to run out of space here. I'll put those down there. Okay, so to start off, it's a good start. 2 of Cups. Of course, 2s are all about balance. We've already talked about that need for stability and balance right now, that grounded energy, that balanced energy. On top of that, we have that connection with our higher selves, with our normal self, connection with others. We don't want to lose sight of that. During Mercury retrograde, this is the time that we shut down the most. It's important that we reach out to our supports, our family and friends, and really close loved ones. Those connections, those supports are going to be vital. They're going to help us through this last level push and really help us embrace the next couple of weeks. Help us to embrace, you bet it, the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. I love the fact that the angels have pulled 2 cups. two cups, right? So we have that insight, that nurture, that heart song that is so vital right now. Many of us are still on autopilot. We're just trying to get through. Yes, we have a week left of Mercury retrograde. It's been a long couple of weeks. The winter is becoming long. There's lots going on. But the more we reach out, the more we strengthen those relationships with others, and in particularly ourselves, the stronger we're going to be. The more we're going to be able to embrace that Holy Grail, take it and have a drink from it. Help to encourage us, infuse us, revitalize ourselves by giving connection with what's important, what's going right, what brings us joy and love. And the easiest way to do that, of course, is through creativity. Doing something fun, away from the challenge, away from the problem at hand, giving yourself stability, connection with self, possibly connection with others. But the most important thing, it's connection to that heart song. What really brings us joy, what brings us excitement. It starts to really rejuvenate us. When we do that, we're also getting outside that box. We're getting out of our way because we get so hyper-focused at that problem that's right in front of us that we miss out on those ahas. But when we step back and go, okay, I'm just going to put that to the side. I'm going to do what brings me joy. And creativity is just how you express yourself. Well, the more you're going to be able to open yourself up because you're focusing in on something that brings you joy, that brings you happiness. Well, that joy and happiness, it starts to just exude, and we don't focus in on the problem. The high vibrational beings, our support team, starts to put in those ahas. They're very gentle, they're very subtle. But a lot of times, when you're not focusing at the task at hand, what happens? You get those eurekas. The angels are reminding you, that's a tool. Use it. Surprising? Yet another cup. Are we seeing the intuitional connection, that heart song connection? Now, the Ten of Cups, it's a family card. Like I said, those connections, family, friends, very intimate loved ones, and self are going to be really important. This really reinforces that need to connect in with our family. Now, not everybody has the picturesque, positive family. Or we'll have certain family members that are really awesome and you have that really positive, balanced relationship. And then there's others you're like, not so much. Reflect into that. Look at it. Don't seek support from somebody who's going to push you down. Seek support from somebody who loves you for you, who nurtures you, who encourages you forward. It may not be somebody in your birth family, maybe in your friend circle. It may be someone in the community. We need to have those positive, balanced relationships. And yes, it can be challenging if our birth family and some people in our life aren't always the most positive. We can still coexist with them because severing ties with them isn't always an option. But we can use our tool set to protect our heart song, protect our energy set, and strengthen us. We need those boundaries, and we need to really be watching where we're putting our energies, which relationships. We have that balance. The relationships that are kind of more one-sided, they take rather than give and take. Well, those are the ones that we want to put those boundaries up with. We want to start to look in and starting to use, and this is really hard, guys, the no word. No, I can't do that for you. I'm sorry. You can also look at doing some protection, some energetic protection. So there's a lot of ways I can support you with this. So I have meditations that will support with protection on my Just You and Me playlist and my Archangel playlist. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know what I'm talking about, I have a number of playlists that are tools for you. I've got a lot of guidance playlists, sure, but I have 3 meditative playlists. I have a mindfulness playlist, and then I also have a healing playlist. All these are for you to use, to enjoy, and connect in with again when you need it. All my meditations are guided. Actually, everything is guided. That way you have that support. So you can go in and check it out. I've got protection meditation in it. It's actually one of the very first ones I did in my Just You and Me playlist. And then I have a protection meditation with Archangel Michael. I also have what's called a cord cutting meditation with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Now, cord cutting, cords are our connections, our energetic connections to people, situations, events, places, beings. You can cut them. It doesn't hurt you. However, it will trigger them if it's not a balanced relationship. A balanced relationship, so if you have one with, say, a partner or a friend, you will naturally reconnect. And it will be one that you feel and it brings you joy. Ones that are taking from you, what is called energetic vampires, well, when you cut them, they'll be the ones that be on the phone to you. They'll be texting you, what's wrong? I needed to talk to you, because they need to reconnect. So my suggestion, anytime you are connecting with somebody who is very needy and take, after that, connect in with that meditation. And then once you've done that meditation, you feel really good with that tool that's in that meditation, you can naturally call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to support you and just start. It'll just be second nature. You can just cut it out. You will feel stronger. You will feel more empowered. And you will start to really work within your relationships within your family. We can't change them. We can only change how we respond and how we interact with them. We can't make them do what we want, but we can protect ourselves. We don't have to advertise any of this. It's just something you can do for you. And that's not surprising. Judgment, the 20th card in the Major Arcana. This is Archangel, of course, Gabriel, calling to you, asking you to connect in, asking you to really calm self, reach out and grab that insight. Connect in and get that aha we need. That aha we've been kind of connecting into and sort of strengthening it, and you get that ball going. None of it has to be hard, complicated, or something that you dread. What so far I've suggested, possibly some meditation, we looking at some creativity, taking care of you, nurturing you. The best way to connect in with Archangel Gabriel is through nurturing. She also works a lot with parents to help them with becoming parents and then being parents. That insight, that wisdom, we have the ability to connect in with it. Every individual has that ability to be intuitive and empathic. Most of us have been told, no, only crazy people, only witches, only a certain few. No. In energetical, once we've passed on into our energetical form, we'll remember, oh yeah, we did that. And we have been doing that. How we get our intuitional insight is through what's called our clairs. And we all know when popular pop culture has brought out the significance of clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Well, we have others. We have like clairaudience, which is clear hearing. When you hear something but you don't hear something. You also have clairordinance, which is clear knowing. It's knowing something and you don't know how you know it. You also have the clear feeling. Those feelings that we get. You know, when you're walking down the street, you're like, no, I'm getting the funny feeling I'm going to cross the street. You don't know why, but you do. Or you take a different road to work. That's clear feeling or clear knowing, or both of them. As we've grown up, we have shut down our clairvoyance and our clairaudience. The others, we never did. We were told it was not good. You could not do that. You can't see things. There are no ghosts. There are no fairies. There are no angels. There is nothing. Or, depending on when you were born, there was a fear of prosecution. You're crazy. You're going to go to the loony bin. You're going to be medicated. And some of us were. We have the ability to start to connect in with them, all our clairs. It's just we have a lot of trauma around the clear hearing and seeing, which we kind of need as validation. Start to work with the clairs you do have. Start to journal and write down those insights, those kind of thoughts that you're like, how do I know that? And this is a common one. You'll have something come into your head and you're like, oh, everyone knows that. Those are the ones I really want you to write down. And then after a week or so, go back. Look at them. What is it do you think that everybody knows? Because not everybody does. Intuition, insight, that connection is going to be super helpful as we roll into February. We are in the Aquarius energy, which of course is that critical thinking, that knowledge. Intuitional knowledge is still knowledge. And guys, your third eye is here. Where is your critical thinking? In your frontal cortex, which is right here. Do you think that they're in the same place for the same reason? No, they are. Because we're going to get rid of this. The Seven of Swords. So sevens are kind of funny in tarot. Sevens talk about a challenge. However, sevens are also a lucky number. So with some work, it's going to happen. Now, Seven of Swords talks about getting away with something that you shouldn't, or someone trying to get away with something they shouldn't. In the original deck, Pamela Coleman Smith drew this man, this really, fun polka dotted shirt and a hat. He had a red hat, and he's got 5 swords, and he's running away from, 2 other swords. He's stealing swords from another warring faction, their camp. Now, this isn't so much about someone trying to pull the wool over your eyes. This is about you connecting in with your authentic self, about that connection. It's going to help you to really embrace those meaningful aspects, bringing in more fulfillment, more abundance, because you're going to feel stronger and better. You're getting away from some of that heaviness that we've put on ourselves, the fear, those what ifs, the pain of those would-haves, could-haves, and should-haves. It's going to help to lighten the load, help you to fill yourself with positive, loving aspects that work, that bring joy, bring fulfillment, bring abundance. We just need to do a little bit of cleaning, house cleaning, if you will. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. The Lovers, the 6th card in the Major Arcana. Of course, they don't really need a lot of explanation. So, for my friends who are in a relationship, this only will strengthen that relationship because you're getting away some of that puffy fluffiness that is a barrier between you and them. Okay? It will bring you closer together. That relationship will start to really get, not hot and heavy, but deep and meaningful. That's the one thing about a relationship. You always have to work at it. Well, this will really help with that real strong bond between the two of you. Now, my friends who are looking for a relationship, well, guys, this will be a beacon. It's just like a, whoa, I sparkle. And you're going to find that soulmates and your twin flame are attracted to you. Why? You're not holding on to negativity. You're not having that low rundown, ugh. You're going to be positive. Like I said, you're going to literally sparkle because the light inside of you, that joy, that happiness, it starts to be radiating from you. And what's called your soul signature starts to literally be in bold. I am here. I am here. So soulmates are individuals that connect with you on that soul connection. You can have more than one, which is fun. And you can just keep with one. And they also don't have to be just that intimate relationship. They can be your bestie. They can be your soul sister, your soul brother. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship. It's just a really meaningful relationship. Your twin flame. Well, just like how the DNA helix, it kind of snakes around and is connected, they are that. It's a deeper, more meaningful relationship because they're part of you. Now, Those soulmates, your twin flame, they're not looking at a specific body type. They're not looking for a specific bank account or occupation in someone. What they're looking for, what they're going to be attracted to, is that soul signature. This will help to amplify and strengthen your soul signature. You will also find, no matter what relationship status you're in, people will be drawn to you because you are starting to clear out some of that baggage, that boundary, that block that you have for connecting in with people, because we have put up a barrier. We know that we started to disconnect at a young age. Well, we started to put up a protective barrier so that other people wouldn't hurt us or threaten us. That said, they couldn't get to our soul signature. They can't get to us. So we're going to start to bring down that wall slowly, guys, slowly. Because if you start to take everything off, just like if you're in a cold, like, imagine it as a kind of a really cold autumn or spring day. In the morning, it's like really cold and frosty, and you put on your winter coat, toque, and mittens. And as the day progresses, you start to take things off. Well, slowly, it makes sense. But if at 9 o'clock and the sun is out, you're like, I'm just going to take everything off. You feel too exposed, too vulnerable. And then you recoil and shut down, really negating everything. So all the work you've done, you threw it out the window. So slowly, working at it one step at a time. It may feel like it's going to take longer. However, those small baby steps, they start to add up because you're not being thrown back because of fear. You're strengthening you without any added fear or heartache. So the angels are really clear, guys. A little bit of work on self, a little bit of connecting into some fun and some creativity is going to go a long way in that insight, those ahas that are going to be meaningful for you, and those relationships that are just going to really strengthen you. Especially if some of the family relationships or the current relationships you have in your life may not be too balanced or positive. This can help to bring in those added positive relationships. All right, let's go on. What else would support my friends in embracing the messages that the angels are sending to them? Whoa. Apparently that one is really important. I love it when it falls face up because we know how important it is. Enchantment. Plus, I love it because it just adds in so many elements of extra here. Enchantment talks about when we were kids, how we could see the magic, the wonder, the joy all around us. We've lost out because we had to adult. Who likes to adult? Sucks, right? We need to go back and look for and be very present to see the wonders and the joy that is happening all around us. Even in war-torn areas, kids find the wonder and the joy, right? They're the ones that can play and have fun. Now, I'm going to date myself on this. Prior to the internet, prior to technology, prior to a lot of the added bling and zing that we have now, what did we used to play with? We used to play with our imagination. We used to play with mud, rocks, sticks. Some of us may have had toys, but some of us, we didn't want to lose our toys because, well, where I grew up, we didn't have a lot. We had some, but we used our imagination and we would just run and play. We need that connection to that freedom, that joy, shaking free of some of that gunkiness. So that wonder, that excitement is more prevalent in our everyday. And I did talk about this, abundance. We're shifting and very intentionally shifting our energy from one of heartache, pain, fear into one of joy, excitement, play, wonder. That's high vibration, guys. Low vibration is that fear and heartache. High vibration, love, play, joy, creativity. The higher our vibration, the more abundant we become. Yes, on the financial aspect, the material aspect, but also in our relationships, our connections, our understanding. We have abundance in so many other aspects than just finance and materialistic goods. However, what do we focus in on? The finance and the material. There are things that we need to move ourselves forward. There are things that we need as a foundation so we can do this. So bringing in that abundance in all aspects will really help out. Body care. This talks about that nurturing, that compassion to self. Many of us put ourselves on the back burner, and what happens? We get run down, we get sick, we just feel, ugh. This is about ensuring that we're taking time for us, taking care of us. Because part of that relationship that I said, with others, yes, but for ourselves, absolutely, is taking care of this physical vessel, making sure we're eating well, making sure we're sleeping well, that we're really nurturing us on that physical aspect. Because if our physical being goes down, then we see our spiritual and our mental health start to crumble as well. And then again, we get stuck here rather than embracing these amazing cups, that holy grail that will take us so much further and bring us, freedom. We're going to feel stronger. We're going to feel lighter because we're not carrying so much weight on our shoulders. We're going to be able to take that deep breath and go, oh, yeah, rather than to be kind of, When we're not feeling well, what happens is that we start to cocoon. When we're feeling strong, happy, and joyous, we stand up proud and tall. So we're starting to take care of our body because our shoulders are back, our neck and our spine are more aligned. We're giving ourselves that freedom and ability to stand up tall and embrace what's here and now, rather than getting caught up in the past or hyper-focusing in on the future. So the angels are really encouraging you to take time for you. And not a lot of time. Balance is important. We don't want to destabilize ourselves, but we want to give ourselves time throughout our day and throughout our week to strengthen us, release what's not helping, and really call in and strengthen those relationships. Like I said, I do have a lot of meditations, and a lot of them are with archangels. Let's see which archangels are going to support us the most right now. Who was going to help us the most over the next couple of weeks to embrace this message? Whoa! And get the most out of the upcoming weeks. Now, this is not exclusive. There's going to be more. There's a debt like this. These are the archangels that Diana knows about and works with. Some of them I've worked with, some of them I haven't, and there's others that I've worked with which she hasn't put in here. So know that there are a lot more archangels than what's in this deck and what I talk about. But this one, yeah, a lot of people know about him. Archangel Uriel. That says, come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. That connection. That kind of really embracing you and strengthening you. Now, Archangel Uriel, his name means fire of God. And whether it is God, Goddess, the great creator, the universe, what have you, his name is talking about coming from the darkness to the light, stepping into our power and really trusting us and our abilities, trusting that authentic self. I have a couple meditations with Archangel Uriel that will really strengthen you, strengthen that solar plexus chakra to help give you that power, that drive to take on that challenge. Because this is yet another challenge, another ball to add into what we're already dealing with. However, this is one that we can kind of attack and work on as we can. We don't want to hyper focus in on it. We don't want to add more pressure or stress to ourselves. But a little bit of time here and there will go a long way. Because the time you give working with Archangel Uriel and working on this kind of puffy fluffiness will help to alleviate some of the pain and pressure that we're feeling in our back and shoulder set, or some of us carry it on our head. We're going to feel lighter and we're going to feel stronger. Oh yeah. As I'm flipping around to Archangel Chamuel, open your heart and give and receive love. Love is essential. Absolutely. Archangel Chamuel very much connects in with that self-love and care. I believe I have 3 meditations with him. Fantastic, fantastic energy to start to really strengthen your relationship with self and start to understand and connect in with that authentic self. I talked about him. Archangel Michael. Stand in your power. Be your true self. I love it when I use multiple decks that reinforce what I've said and really amplify and kind of accentuate what it is I'm trying to say. Archangel Michael will protect you, especially if we're dealing with relationships that are not so positive, that are not balanced, and they're not really a give and take. They're just a take relationship. Helping to protect you with that, helping to clear those cords so that they're not taking and taking, even though we're not in connection. Because those cords that I talked about earlier, well, what they do is they just can siphon the energy. In a balanced relationship, when we're feeling really low, it can help to trigger people to call you going, hey, I was thinking about you. How you doing? Well, that relationship, that cord, it can help. It can also hinder. So cord cutting will help to clear you, help to strengthen you, so that you can start to really amplify and mind the connections. So if it's a positive person who's giving and it's a give and take relationship that's going to support you, you can really nurture that connection. Those ones that we know are takers, because everybody has them, me too. What we do, we work within that, well, the best of our abilities. We put up those boundaries. We make sure that after we work with them, that we cut those cords so that they can't keep taking our energy. You'll find that when we start to really pay attention to that, it gives us more energy to do what we really want. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope this helped to strengthen you and give you some more insight in how you can best go forward in the next couple of weeks. The angels have amazing insight. That is always dynamic and multifaceted. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. And most importantly, if you like this video, you like working with the angels, you want more work on energy, you want more supports, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, because there is so much more coming your way, my friends. I'm just getting going. I just created my healing playlist. There is so much more coming your way. You don't want to miss anything. So if you're subscribed, you will know when I'm going live. You will know what's happening. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today and joining the angels in getting some aha that we need. Until tomorrow, my friends.